Welcome to the Footprint Profile recording. To view the footprint profile, simply select from the Chart Style button here in the upper left-hand corner, and you'll choose FP for Footprint Profile. So click that, and the chart should change. If your chart does not have this Chart Style button listed, visit our knowledge base and search specifically for Chart Style button. Those three words. The footprint profile is a graphical representation of the volume footprint. It creates a vertical volume distribution showing the shape of the distribution for whatever time frame you select, and it shows the delta shading for each price or each footprint within the bar. If you prefer not to see the delta shading and you just want to see one color, meaning all the footprints to be one color, then simply access the footprint preferences and change the color there. And you can do that just right here. You may want to set them all to be navy or maybe some other color, but ask color and bid color would need to be the same. In many ways, the footprint profile displays micro profiles if you're familiar with market profile. The benefit is you have the flexibility to choose the time frame you want to view and the buy-sell information contained within each footprint through color shading, which we just discussed. You also have the ability to add the daily volume distribution, as you can see here, to compare how these micro profiles, again in any time frame you want, are matching up and comparing against the daily profile to see, are we seeing volume expand outside of the main volume area, or are we seeing volume dry up when it trades outside the main volume area? That would just be one simple strategy. The difference between this footprint type and the others is the graphical representation it provides of volume. The others show more of a numerical format. This shows the total volume traded at each price, regardless of whether it was bid or ask. One of the benefits of seeing the footprint profile is understanding where supply and demand are entering the market. The important characteristics that traders can read into here are shape, length, and width of each bar. Each of these conveys an important part in the relationship that price and volume have with one another. For some specific strategies on interpreting the shape, we recommend our strategy guide, which is downloadable on the website, or in the video library. There's some videos that pertain to this. Please listen on for more information about the footprint profile. Price development attracts volume into the marketplace. The higher or lower price goes, the more likely a longer-term market participant is to enter the market and take advantage of these new prices being presented. Any price move higher, we would call this supply, since it's meeting the demand which is driving price higher. Any price move lower, we would call this demand, since it is meeting the supply which is driving price lower. Oftentimes, this move higher is represented by blue or green footprints. In this case, you can see blue footprints. Any move lower, price would be represented by red footprints, typically, which would represent more supply coming into the market, more aggressive selling. Watching the market develop this way can provide incredible insight to the auction market process, no doubt. Some traders will choose to couple key support and resistance areas with the shape and color of these footprint profiles to have a very pure way of gauging key reference areas. For instance, here's a perfect example of a market that traded lower. We can see the general shading was red. And notice how when the spike lower here, look at how the volume was fairly thin down near the bottom of this bar, and it closed higher, which is, you can see this little green bar right where my cursor is, so it closed higher. So this was the first bar in the last 6 or so bars where it closed higher, and we saw a spike down on light volume. Notice outside the main volume area that has been attracting the most recent trade, and consequently you saw market react and bounce back up into that area. Some common observations are heavy volume after extended moves. These are some things you would expect to maybe see, or at least have them very evident in this view or this type of footprint view. We define extended as a time frame relative to the time frame you typically would trade. For example, a 5-point move in 5 minutes in the S&Ps would be a fairly extended move in general in normal market conditions. This would indicate increased interest from the other side of the market and can often lead to stabilization at these levels or a reversal. If price quickly continues in the original direction, you have knowledge of two things. First, you know that there's lots of new fuel at the new consolidation level, which can power the continuation. And secondly, you're aware of the high volume node, which can serve as support or resistance in a subsequent retest if price were to pull back. Here's just another short example where a market traded higher, consolidated, and then went to try and break out to new highs. You can see volume increase, but what are two things we see here? Well, one, there's no follow through, and two, look at this bar close lower with some selling. And so a failure to break out. We saw demand, this aggressive buying here, met with supply, essentially capped the move or capped the breakout, and we saw a counter move in the opposite direction. Various other strategies can be found under the support and then resources area on the website and occasionally on our blog. Thanks for taking time to watch this short video. We trust you found it very helpful. Thanks again, and make a great day.